Yo, what's up, and yet again, welcome back to AT Vlogs. So I'm always looking for like-minded people to connect with, right? And I just recently came across a local YouTube channel by the name of F&S Conversations, where they focus mostly on fashion-related stuff. And I took interest in one of their podcast videos where they were talking about the impact that SA Fashion Week has on local brands and the general public.
Welcome to F&S Conversations, a show that will unpack several industry-related topics. I'm Frank, and with me today is Taylor Makoba, Six, and Jay. Based on SA Fashion Week, what do you think is missing in our own fashion week here in South Africa?
Fashion. that's what's missing.
Yeah.
So imagine a designer who's fresh out of tertiary, or who's about to who wants to establish themselves and take out a collection.
Yeah.
Where would they get the money to buy material, manufacture the clothes, and then after that pay SA Fashion Week? And it's not Fashion Week only. You have to get models that you pay. If you need a stylist, you pay stylist, makeup, logistics. It's there's a lot of cost to it. So imagine for someone who's just fresh out. So where would they get the funds to actually fund their whole project that they want to plan for the fashion week? With my understanding, pieces shown at the fashion show aren't really for retail. I don't really go out in the stores. It's most of these brands just archive them. After showcasing the brand's narrative and whatever story they have for the public.
Fashion Week to me in general is like a car show where car companies come to show off their concept cars that are most likely never going to make it to the dealership as is, or if ever. So for any new company or brand to showcase their product, they must already have a formidable portfolio in that space. And it leads to SA Fashion Week getting articles like this.
And there's a 2018 article on The Throne where a couple people were interviewed about the relevance of SA Fashion Week, and one of the interviewed people says, "My prediction is that smaller brands will go back to more creative presentations. I don't think they should even be spending a fortune on a runway show anyway. Rather focus on a thoughtful presentation or finding the right showroom. They should focus more on platforms where they can walk through the inspirations and talk about and to the customer." But in the same piece, someone else stated, SA Fashion Weeks are slowly starting to lose relevance because of the fast fashion phenomena. I think the organizers behind Fashion Week aren't doing enough to communicate to the consumer market about the event and how we as the customer should engage with the designer and appreciate their work. Though I do believe they take the right steps in ensuring the event's relevance online, in reality it's a completely different story. Consumers were quick to say, "This looks really nice in social media," but some of us never truly follow through and actually learn more about the garments or purchase them.
See what I mean? Anyway, watch Kentani's full-length video. She's done a better job explaining everything in detail. So I understand why a lot of people are going in on SA Fashion Week, because one thing you gotta know is any form of art is cutthroat. If you don't constantly adjust and adapt, it'll spit you out.
I think it's time that we just sit down and engage in conversations, because I think a lot of people are just stuck up on this idea of being in an unpenetratable bubble where if you're doing really, really well for yourself, you just feel you can't take a meeting with someone, even if people just want to chill and let's talk over coffee. Man, we could talk over a bottle of water. We don't have to purchase the coffee and all of that just to have a conversation.
I think more than anything there's a disconnect between the people that have made it and people that are trying to make it. They're not sharing the codes. Share the codes. Tell us, let's put this on. That's all. Tag me, whatever. As little as that, bro. If you can do that, I swear, people can go far. But it's a matter of, here in the SA, it's a matter of who you know.
Who's talking about you?
Exactly, that's it. And it's
reposting,
and that's it. And we have a lot of people that are actually doing it, but are not famous or insta famous, I should say, or have clout or anything like that. But they're actually holding it down. So you ask yourself, what are you doing wrong? Correctly, what's the chat?
I wanna, with help of my industry people, create a manual, a module where up and coming artists can go and find all the information.
Yes.
If you make songs in your studio at home, what's the next step?
Yeah.
And this thing is
blueprint.
it's accessible.
Yeah.
At least and we're all different, you know, we're all not gonna pop at the same time.
Sure.
But at least, you know, the first step is the song must be right, and, you know, the intention is right.
Sure.
And this is the next step, and
yeah.
you know, because like I said before, we are generations behind.
I mean, just look at what we've been able to achieve with Amapiano. We have literally put it on the world stage because it's something different. The biggest highlight in hip-hop was with Stogie T when he freestyled on Sway in the Morning. He was rapping about Africa, where he was from, so it was something new that was outside of the usual. A dude from Africa riding the beat, dropping bars while reporting about his situation back home. Now imagine taking that same concept and finding a way to actually apply it to something like SA Fashion.
Photograph an African prototype of a starving kid, but not show you the royal blue Aston Martin whip. It's complicated. Woo. And fuck vibranium, educate them. We got ghettos too, and they orange juice concentrate.
You're seeing him paint the picture from a perspective that I don't think I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
I've always wanted this from people of other countries. It's like, don't really try to be like us and talk about the shit we talk about where you're from and your story, right? What's true to you?
Yeah.
What's your story?
Yep.
You know, and do it skillfully and artistically, but tell your story, and that's what I feel like he's doing. Let's keep it going.
And that's where the gatekeeping comes in as well, because healthy competition is not exactly welcome. And the thing is, competition results in rapid growth, but the neglect of the local market and setting sights on the international scene too quickly leaves zero building blocks for aspiring startup fashion designers and streetwear brands alike, which eventually trickles down to a lot of people having zero knowledge on how to produce quality brands. The long walk to freedom backstory that pretty much everybody has to come to an end eventually, because it breeds a never-ending chain of, you know, well, I got mine with barely any help, so you better go out there and figure it out too.
Virgil's impact was, I'll step in Louis so that I can allow the street to shine. Letting other streetwear brands, other brands in fact, not just streetwear, but like any other brand that's capable to venture into that platform or that surface to do what the Louis can do, so that we as the general public can be like, yo, if I can't afford Louis Vuitton, I can get it. I can get something else, and I'm still happy.
Also not a fashion brand. Of course it is, but it's to inspire kids. If you think Off-White's too expensive, that's great. You're supposed to make your own t-shirt brand. This project that was made to inspire. It's targeted towards the demographic that can afford it. But for that demographic that can afford it, it's meant so that you start the competing brand that's better than Off-White.
It's rare to find an SA Fashion Week and bloggers are posting the streetwear at SA Fashion. You know, like, this is what people wore. Yeah. You know, we don't get that. So it shows that the audience that goes there is like, it's like they handpicked for some reason. Yeah. You know, it's not general public. People are interested in fashion. You know, people who wanna go see the next line. We wanna see our favorite designers. To be fair, we wanna see the new kids on the block.
Exactly.
You know, people are tired of seeing the same faces.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't even know.
Yeah, but I feel like we need more events where people are like deemed to like pull up.
Not necessarily events, but just chilling, like going to Shelf Life, like what we spoke about.
Yeah,
to Shelf Life, hang out.
Let's talk.
Yeah. Let's mingle,
like,
let's have fun,
like
drink,
a photographer, like, yo, look, like I think I'm with a friend of mine, like, I think we could like do a young shoot right now.
Let's do it.
Because that gets the work going, bro, and like,
and also,
we can also be able to like push Istuardo.
No, for sure. Because now every week you're dressing up, right?
Yeah.
You fits now.
No, for me, I don't have much to say. I just think with this, the only way is to, if they're not going to give you an opportunity to show off who you are and what you bring to the table, might as well do it yourself then. If no one's going to give you a room, build your own, you know? Yeah. That's it. So create your own space, come together with other creators, and like, let's create our own event, if I should say. When we do our own thing, eventually it's going to be hard to ignore, because you guys are going to be doing it like really well. Now everyone, like, you guys are drawing attention, and exactly, so it's going to be so hard to ignore that the media will soon jump on, everyone will jump on. So I think if they're not going to give you that plate,
go hunt for yourself, go make it yourself, you know, like do it, come together with other people and do that. I mean, I don't know, I don't own a brand yet, but of course I have thought about the whole brand and brand dynamics and everything like that. And that's what I think, if no one's gonna give me like an opportunity to like showcase my brand, I will make a plan to do it myself, you know, and by maybe not on my own with other people and like doing things, having events, creating our own events. It doesn't have to be big, what we spoke about earlier on the show, like going to spaces and then just chilling, putting our clothes there, having our fashion shows, our own fashion shows, you know? Exactly. And that's just it. It's honestly it.
And I'm not saying that we gotta spoon feed each other. A brand needs to figure out how to distinguish themselves and stand out. But those first steps are crucial because it actually helps them eventually get to the point where they actually figure out their position in the game and stand out. The thing is just about the gatekeeping of information. You know, it's already possible to do awesome things when it comes to garments right here in SA. It's already possible when it comes to printing dope hoodies, t-shirts, whatever, caps and everything like that, and getting them in high quality. I'm actually trying to build a community. So building a community means giving you exposure to people that are like-minded as well, guys. So yeah, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'm out of here.